Hi there, welcome to my tutorial for using Google Fusion Tables. This is one of the free experimental apps that Google provides. You can access it online through Google Drive, and it's super easy to use. It allows you to create an interactive map showing distribution of various spatial data. You can customize the different symbols and icons that you want to use depending on what you're trying to illustrate. Here's a quick look at the different options you have. You can use all these symbols, different color-coded icons, alphabetical numbers. So you can look this up through Google as well, and click on any of the symbols that you want to use, and it will give you its corresponding icon name, which you then will implement into your spreadsheet for each row of data, depending on what you're trying to show in your map. So here we can go back to our little example here. This is one end result of a Fusion map I created, where this is various eco-ATM locations from several years ago that are differentiated both by color and by letter. So the red locations correspond with malls. The blue are anything other than a mall, so a grocery store, a Walmart, stuff like that. E is corresponding with existing location, and P is for proposed. So this is just quick little example into what the end result may look like for your Fusion map. So first things first, let's jump into our example. First thing you need to do is get your spreadsheet all ready. Don't worry about doing any fancy aesthetic formatting, because we're going to save it as a CSV file, which will then import into Google Fusion Tables. And one quick note for the Fusion, if you're going to create a map, really important, you have to follow this formatting here. As you can see, I have the full address separated by commas with no spacing. The state has to be spelled out completely. You can't use an abbreviation. If you don't follow this format, you'll get an error code, and it will not work. So make sure you follow this formatting here. Most likely your address data will be spread out in several columns with the address, city, state, so on and so forth. So you're going to need to use the concatenate formula to combine them, so they're all in one cell here. So that's an important note. Other than that, I'm going to jump into our example here. So again, I'm using eco-ATM location data for this example. The purpose of this map will be to gain better insight into the distribution of kiosk generation. So the older 3.0s are more susceptible to going offline, moving parts, breaking. So we want to identify where these older, the 3.0s and the 3.5s are, so we can get those updated as soon as possible. So based on that logic, I have these in ascending order, 3.0 to the 3.8 at the bottom here, and following that logic, I have the labels accordingly distributed, so creating this color gradient, red being the oldest, orange being the next step up, yellow, and then green. So I already saved this as a CSV file, but for your example, you need to save yours. Make sure it's a comma separated values file. Once you have that, all the labels set up accordingly, make sure your address is formatted correctly. I'm going to go ahead and go to Google Drive. Make sure you sign in. Go to New, More, Google Fusion Tables. Click that. Then you're going to bring it up to this screen. Import your new file. Separate by comma. Click Next. Next. I skipped ahead in these steps because my computer's acting up. Then it's going to bring you to this stage where it shows all your information from your spreadsheet. And you click Map of Full Address, and it will start automatically geocoding the locations. And then I skipped ahead for the sake of saving some time, so you don't have to watch it loading. Then it will come to this screen where you have your map with your proper geocoded addresses, but it defaults to this single icon, which is not what we're trying to do. So go ahead and get into change feature styles. Go to column labels. Is the column we want. That's where our icon names are identified. Go ahead and save, and it should update. And there we go. So now you can see all our kiosk gens. Our oldest machines are in LA and San Diego. Then we have the 3.7s in one in Colorado, one near Dallas, and one outside of Houston, and one near Philadelphia. So there you have it. You can also go ahead down here to, it doesn't really apply to this example, but you can create heat maps. You can add several other versions. And then a cool feature as well, once you're done, is you can select to share it, make it public, or specify certain recipients. You can invite people to see it. And you can send someone the link, and if they have the link, they can view it. So that's a cool feature of it as well. So there you have it. Hopefully that was helpful and informative. Thanks for watching.